Yo, what's good though? You already know who it is though. It's that nigga with a fro. What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to some more Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battles. Today we are battling Victor. Of course, you guys know my name is Twit, as you guys see on the screen right now, the only other nigga on the screen. But before we get into this battle, I want to thank everybody for checking out today's video. If you could take 1 second out today, click the like button down below. Down below. Okay, anyway, because you know your support is most definitely muchos gracias apreciado. And I want to ask you guys a quick question of the day as well. I want to know what your favorite tier to battle in is now. Like, of course, you know, you could have like stood, I don't know, you might still just be having fun battling in the RU tier or the NU tier or something like that. So you guys let me know what your favorite tier is to battle in since Oris has been released. And without any further ado, let's get into this battle. Okay, so taking a look at Victor's team. He's got a pretty interesting team, but I have a pretty interesting team as well. I really do. I really like both of our teams, to be honest. You guys are going to see one of the most annoying sets, and I'll point it out in the video. But he's got a Megalopony. He's got himself an Arcanine, a Hydreigon, a Luxray, a Darmanitan, and then he's got a Rotom Oven. And then on my side, I've got a Darmanitan, a Honchkrow, a Frostlass, which is really interesting, a Fabio, the Mega Ampharos, and then we have an Empoleon. So let's go ahead and get into this battle here. It's actually a really good battle. I'm not gonna spoil it for you just yet, but it's actually a pretty decent battle. One of the most annoying fucking sets. But anyway, he's going to lead with his Rotom Oven here. I'm gonna lead with my Darmanitan, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to fuck with this. I don't fuck with you. I'm gonna go ahead and Rock Slide. I guess honestly, I should have just gone for a Rock Slide out. I should have just gone for a Rock Slide like right off the get-go, but I didn't. I went ahead and went for the U-turn, went out into my Ampharos here, expecting a Thunder Wave or a Willow, to be honest. I didn't want my Darmanitan to be Thunder Wave if that was the case. So I did go out into my Ampharos here. He goes for the Thunder Wave. Of course, it's not going to affect me. So I'm like, okay, played that pretty well. We are going to go ahead and Mega Evolve into motherfucking Mega Monster Fabio, however you want to say that. Fabio's in the building. We come on out, and I'm like, okay, so I think I can deal with this. There is the Willow, so he is running Willow and Thunder Wave. I wasn't expecting him to run the Willow as well, plus a Thunder Wave, and I almost swapped back into my Darmanitan, but I was like, you know what, even if this Ampharos gets Willow, it's really not gonna bother me too bad, outside of course, you know, taking damage every turn. So I was like, whatever. I get the Dragon Pulse off. That actually does really nice damage. He eats it though. He really does take it to the face pretty well. He goes for the Overheat. Of course, that's just not gonna do much damage to me, because I am part Dragon. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that up, and I'm gonna get one more Dragon Pulse off, and that is going to take down the Rotom Oven. So it's nice and easy. I'm like, okay, so we played against the Rotom pretty well, because you guys know Rotom like runs rampant in every tier right now. Like, Rotom is everywhere. Almost every battle has a Rotom in it, and I mean, that's cool because Rotom's a decent Pokemon, but it's just like Rotom's just annoying, you know. He's just really annoying. But anyway, so the Darmanitan comes out, and I'm like, I'm not about to take an EQ from this Darmanitan. I don't want it. So I send out my Weezing here. Weezing, and I'm like, okay. He goes for the Flare Blitz. I was hoping he would go for the Earthquake. That's what I was trying to predict, the Earthquake. The Flare Blitz does so much damage to a bold defensive Black Sludge Weezing. That did a lot of damage. I mean, I guess because it's Black Sludge, but anyway, that did a ton of fucking damage. I did not expect it to do so much damage. He goes for another Flare Blitz. He crits me. It did not matter. That crit did not matter. It goes ahead and takes me down. So now I'm like, alright, well, I don't know what I should have done there. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I was like, well, I guess I could just let this thing die. I go out into my own Darmanitan and hope to God I outspeed him, which I believe I did outspeed him, because he was afraid. So I'm thinking maybe he wasn't Scarf, or maybe he was Banded or something. I don't know. But he brings his Arcanine out, and this is what I was talking about, guys. The most annoying set I think I've ever played against. One of the most annoying sets is this Arcanine set. You guys will see this thing is so goddamn bulky. Of course, he does get the Intimidate drop on me, which did play a huge factor into that EQ, but I mean, he absolutely ate that EQ up, especially with it being super effective damage. I was like, oh my god, this is annoying as hell. So I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm expecting this thing to be like an attacking Arcanine, because you know most of the time you see a physically or especially attacking Arcanine. So I'm like, okay, let's just go out into my Empoleon. If he's got a Flare Blitz, if he's got something like that, I should be able to resist the damage. There we go. But then he goes for a Toxic, and I'm like, Oh god, okay, you guys saw him go for the Toxic. I'm like, alright, well this is going to be a really interesting set. Luckily, I swapped out into Empoleon, and because of Part Steel, it doesn't get Toxic, so that was cool, But he does end up getting the Willow on me, and I'm like, god damn it, dude, like, what the hell is this moveset? Then he gets his Morning Sun, or he gets his Sunny Day up. And I'm like, are you kidding? I go for the Scald because the Sunny Day, he gets that shit up, it doesn't do any damage. And I'm like, you've got to be joking me right now, dude. Look, you guys are going to see. You guys are gonna see. This is the which I don't know how common this particular Arcanine set was, but holy hell, it's just so aggravating to play against. I mean, I know there was other ways you can deal with this particular Arcanine, but in this battle, it was really annoying. It was so funny. And then he goes for a Morning Sun. I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Oh, anyway, so I'm like, all right, well, I was expecting him to have an attacking move, but you know, I actually don't think he did, because that was a stall Arcanine. That was 100% a stall Arcanine, because it had Toxic, Willow, Morning Sun, and Sunny Day. So they didn't even have any attacking moves on that thing. So I'm like, okay, what the hell? So I'll go ahead and roar him out. Because I was like, well, I don't want him to sit here, have me sit here and just try to stall out this burn. So I roar him out. I bring the Hydreigon out. I'm like, okay, well, there's not a lot I can do with that. He just goes ahead and takes me down. I'm like, all right, well, the Focus Blast. All right, so I was like, okay, you know what? I think we can deal with it. I'm gonna go out into my Frostlass here. He is going to go ahead and swap out. I'm going to scare him out a little bit. He's going to bring his Kanija, the Arcanine, back out. I go for an Ice Beam. I'm like, hopefully, maybe at least I can get a goddamn Freeze or something. And you guys will see the Ice Beam just doesn't get the Freeze. Obviously, it's going to do no damage because he's bulky as hell and it's resisted as fuck. So I'm like, oh my god, like what? I know this guy's sitting over here. I know Victor's sitting over here, be like rubbing his hands like Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh nigga, I got this battle, son. I got this battle. So I'm like, okay, obviously I don't want to sit in and be Willowed or be Toxic on my Frostlass. But then, in the middle of this battle, like, I wasn't actually paying attention to the fact that he didn't actually have an attacking move. Like, when I was in the battle, I didn't pay attention to that. Like, I go ahead and call myself out on that one. I really did not pay attention to that. And I swap out into the Darmanitan and take the Toxic. And I'm like, okay, that kind of sucks though. Like, it actually really, really sucks. But I'm like, okay, you know what? It's cool. I'm bringing the Darmanitan out. Again, in hindsight, I should have gone for the EQ. But I was expecting him to swap out, expecting the EQ to come out. And he actually didn't, because I was going to go for the superpower, expecting him to send the Lopunny out or something like that. And it didn't actually happen that way. So I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. He goes for a Morning Sun again, and just fucking HP, man. This moveset, this Arcanine moveset is so annoying. Like, that's the only thing I can say. This thing was just so goddamn annoying because it was so bulky and it just got all of his HP back every single time. And I was like, what the fuck, man? This is so aggravating. So I'm like, all right, well, obviously I can't do anything now that my Darmanitan is poisoned. I don't want to sit in here and let that Toxic roll, like, you know, stack up or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out into Fabio here. He goes for another Sunny Day, gets that light up. Which, I mean, I guess I don't really know. Like, he went for a Sunny Day. He probably could have gone for an attacking move there. I mean, well, actually, no, he couldn't really go for an attacking move. I don't really know, man. I don't know, because the Sunny Day being up and he doesn't have any attacking moves. And see, he's got a Willow. That's the only thing he can go for. I don't really know. But anyway, I go for a Dragon Pulse, and that actually does a lot of damage. I'm like, okay, I can take this nigga down with a Dragon Pulse. Of course, the only problem with that being that he does outspeed me. So I'm like, alright, nigga, what do I even do? Because he outspeeds me, he's gonna Morning Sun. I already know he's gonna try to stall out this burn. And I'm like, there's gotta be some way around this. So I'm like, okay, let's see. I believe I go for another Dragon Pulse right here. Yeah, I go for another Dragon Pulse here. I was like, okay, maybe if I can get a crit, that would put him, you know, that should kill if I got a crit. That should take that last, like, 20 or 30% damage or whatever, HP of his, and that should kill. But it doesn't. I don't get a crit. And I'm like, alright, well, what the hell? He goes for another Morning Sun, and this is where I played. I mean, I can't really say I played well. It was just kind of like more hacksy, but it happened for me. It was good. I go for a Thunderbolt. I land the Thunderbolt, and I get the paralyzation you guys are going to see. I'm like, okay, perfect. Now I can outspeed him. Now I can take down this damn Arcanine, which in reality it was a threat. Even though it had no attacking moves, this thing was still a threat. I lived the burn with 1 HP. I get the Thunderbolt off. I'm like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about right there. Of course, I am going to go down to the burn. But Fabio came through. Fabio took down the wall, man. Fabio took down the most annoying Pokemon that he had on his team. So I'm like, okay, we're good, man. We're good. Not even a problem at all. Not even a problem at all. So let's go ahead and get our Nejo, or he sends out his Nejo. This is what I was expecting him to send out when I had my Darmanitan out, because I was not expecting him to like leave the thing in and take a superpower or take an EQ from the Darmanitan, but it is what it is. So anyway, I go on to my Honchkrow. He is going to go ahead and Mega Evolve that motherfucking Mega Lopunny. Nice and Rule 34. He goes for the Fake Out. I probably shouldn't have left this thing in for the Fake Out, but at the time I was like, well, I might as well just go for the Fake Out because, I mean, I might as well just let the Honchkrow take the Fake Out because I didn't want to. Actually, I don't really know. Why did I let him take the Fake Out? I'm not really sure why I let the Honchkrow take the Fake Out, but he goes for a return. I was expecting an Ice Punch from the Lopunny, and he goes for a return, and then he follows it up with a high jump kick and lands it first try, and I'm like, are you kidding me, yo? Are you kidding me? I was mad about that. I was pissed about that. I was like, man, I never land high jump kicks. I never land them, especially not on the first try. Like, he just fucking faked out, return, high jump kick, I'm dead. So, I go out to the Darmanitan here. I do get the superpower off this time. That is going to kill the Lopunny. And I'm like, alright, well, Lopunny's dealt with at least. Now neither one of us have our Megas. Now we just gotta now we just gotta mind game each other. You see what I'm saying? But the only problem with the mind games is that for me, it's gonna suck because I'm poison on my Darmanitan. My hard-hitting Darmanitan is poison, and I'm not gonna be able to live much more. So I go for another superpower as he sends out his Luxray here. The superpower actually almost takes him down, even with a crit. He lives on that fake sturdy, that fake sash. He gets a Thunder Fang, and I'm like, come on, man, why is this my life? Why is that my life? I got a crit, and he still lived at 1 HP. And had I not have gotten a, had I not have been, or had my defenses so lowered twice, then I would have not died there. But I go out to the Honchkrow because he is like, he's Toxic Orb, so he would have died either way, but I was like, no big deal. I'm going to go out into the Honchkrow here, get the Sucker Punch and the Moxie Boost. So I'm like, okay, at least I have the Sucker Punch and the Moxie Boost here. At least I have that, right? He sends out his Darmanitan. I'm like, oh god, I don't want to take a Rock Slide to the face. I believe that from here a Sucker Punch would kill, so I do go for the Sucker Punch. I am a Life Orbed Honchkrow, so I'm like, I don't want to go for a Brave Bird because I know the Brave Bird would fuck me up. Again, I get another Moxie Boost. I'm like, perfect for me. This is awesome. This is awesome. I look at my HP. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna outspeed. Well, I should outspeed this thing in hindsight. I should outspeed this thing because I've got double Moxie up. But the thing is, he still outspeeds me. He gets the Dragon Pulse off. That's gonna be all she wrote essentially for the Honchkrow. And I'm like, god damn it, dude. I was really hoping that even with the 2 Moxie boosts, I would be able to outspeed the Hydreigon, and then I probably would have taken that game because that was. Well, actually, I don't know because the Brave Bird, had I Brave Bird the Hydreigon, I don't know if it would have left me with enough HP to live the recoil from the Brave Bird. I really don't know. But that's unfortunate that we lost. It was a 2-0 victory for Victor. The Victor, hey, you know what I'm saying? The Victor came out on top. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smash the hell of the like button down below. If you guys want more I keep saying that. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battles, live Wi-Fi battles as well will be coming some more this week. But I hope you guys did enjoy. I will catch you. I can't speak today, man. I will catch you in the next one. It's been Twit, and I'm out. Peace.